Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week, and I got 10 new comics. Hold on, I don't have my glasses. Let me get those just in case I need them. 10 new comics. That's a big week for me. First, let me show you the comic that I have on top of my printer, my little museum spot. I picked a Kzar from the early 80s, a Brent Anderson cover. He always had a weird, awkward way of drawing to me, but I kind of liked him. And I don't think I still have this whole series. I bought it as it came out, but I don't think I've read it since the 80s. I'm really have to go back and read this one day. Bruce Jones and Brent Anderson did this, and really kind of modernized Kzar and made him interesting. So I've been looking at that cover all week on top of my printer. And then what do we have here? We've got some comic shop news. Looks Superstars and Stripes. Looks like lots of Captain America stuff. Was that the Justice League up there? Yeah, this looks like it's one that doesn't have articles, but it's got all ordering info for things. So I'll look through that. We'll see what's coming out in the local comic shop in the weeks to come. And here's a comic I wasn't expecting. That was free. An Invincible #1. I guess it's got a $4.99 price on it, but comic shop owner was like, they sent it to us for free, so he just stuck one in my box and gave it to me for free. I don't know if it must be a reprint of something. Let's see. Invincible #1, Amazon animated series promo is the name of it. See if it doesn't give a reprint. Oh, look, it's got stuff in the back about the series. Doesn't give reprint information in the indicia. I'm not sure. There are a lot of issues of Invincible, so I'm not sure if this is... Let's see. Kirkman, Corey Walker, Bill Crabtree. All right. We'll give that a read. Maybe it's new, maybe it's not. I don't even know. Oh, and then the other thing I picked up. James Stokoe. Orphan and the Five Beasts. I didn't see this last week, and a few people mentioned it to me in my comments last week. They said that they're surprised I didn't pick this one up. I like James Stokoe's stuff. That's because I didn't even know it existed. There it was on the shelf this week, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick that up. I think it's 4 or 5 issues. I don't even know. But the art looks not... This is the first time I'm looking through it. I didn't even thumb through it at the comic shop. I just put it on my pile and kept on chatting in the comic shop. Then we've got Usagi Yojimbo, #17, with the scary werewolf. Oh, look, a little Sandman lock and key in the back. I ordered this, so I should be getting that whenever it comes out. A 2-part event beginning in February. I think only part 1 was available for order. I'll have to make sure that... I think I put... I didn't know how many parts it was, but I know I ordered the first one. I think I put it on my pull list, so I'm not even sure. But Usagi's always good. Been buying Usagi forever. Then we've got Tarna, issue #4 this is? I have no idea. I think there's a mini too. So is this 5? Yeah, there's #5. This might be 6 issues, but I never got issue 2. Nice cover on that. I picked up issue 1 because I liked the art, put it on my pull list. For some reason, Diamond just refused to ship issue 2 to my store, so they never got it, even though they tried reordering it. And I read issue 3 and didn't even miss issue 2. It was like issue 3 started off, like issue 1 introduced the character and stuff, and issue 3 like started a story. I was like, I guess I don't need issue 2 at all. And that issue 3 story continues into this one, so I found that funny. I was like, all right, missed issue 2, but I guess it doesn't matter. Then we've got Brandon Graham doing Rain Like Hammers, issue #3. I really enjoyed issue #2 and issue #1. I liked issue #2 also, but the two didn't seem to have anything to do with one another, so we'll have to see where he's going with this. Is issue 3 going to be a separate story? I am not sure, but he starts things right on the inside front cover and the end on the inside back cover. So fun stuff he does. I like his artwork, his light colors. He does some really interesting storytelling stuff in here. So enjoyed the first 2 issues. It's about 40 pages, $5. Not a bad deal there. If I'm paying $5, getting 40 pages is a good thing. And what else do we have? Post-Americana, issue number 4. Another post-apocalyptic story. Lots of blood and gore in this one. Fun. I enjoyed it. Nice art. Who's this again? Steve Scroce. Writing and drawing. What did he do? Maestro was the last series he did that I really liked. I enjoy the art on it. It's it's after the apocalypse. People are uncivilized. Someone's running around doing something. It's. I think all post-apocalyptic stories are the same to some extent, and this one is too. So, but I'm enjoying it. Good stuff. Once in Future. Our grandma, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, plus her grandson are fighting all sorts of beasts from Old English literature. Some nice artwork. Kieran Gillen, Dan Mora, Tamara Bonvillain. Man, it's funny. This is up to issue 17. This is like one of my longest running series I collect now, and it's on issue 17. I'm like, holy cow, this one's on issue 7. Everything else is on issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I've gotten. So it's like, wow, 17? That's been around forever. That's amazing. Then what was that? Issue 3 of Ha Ha. This is a six issue mini. All stories. Each issue has a different artist, and the writer is W. Maxwell Prince, the guy from Ice Cream Man. Roger Landridge is our artist this issue, and every story has something to do with a clown. Sometimes it's tenuous, like this isn't a clown, this is a mime. And last issue was a woman who wore clown makeup for no particular reason. So, but good stuff. I enjoyed the first 2 issues a lot. I'm sure I'll enjoy this third one. Good mini. Another good mini. I think everything I'm getting these days is miniseries. They don't make many indie continuing series. Though what did I just see? I just saw the Brian Azzarello and Rizzo series. I can't remember the name of it because I didn't buy it. But that was at issue 23. I just noticed it on the shelf today for the first time in years, I think. I was like, wow, this series is still around? And at issue 23? Pretty cool. I almost picked it up just because it was at issue 23, but I'm not a fan of Azzarello, so I ended up not. But, maybe some other time. Because it's like, I don't get to read many 23rd issues anymore. Crimson Flower, number 3. Everything's below 6 here. Matt Kint and Matt Wisniewski and Bill Crabtree doing this one. This is the story of this. I really like the art in this one. Of this woman whose father was killed right in front of her when she was a kid. Now she's an adult and going around looking for her father's killer, who was part of some double secret assassination organization. Matt Kint loves to write big conspiracy stories. This is kind of a small conspiracy story. This is a personal conspiracy story. But like I said, I really enjoy Matt Wisniewski's artwork. So I'm enjoying this one. Bitterroot is back. Look at Bitterroot issue 11. Look at that. But I don't think I have the first 5 or so. I started picking this up with issue 6 or so. I was just like, I've heard good things about that. Let's give it a read. I like the artwork. And it finishes Walker, Brown, and Green. David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green. I think this one takes place in the 20s. And it's about a black family from Harlem who fights monsters kind of thing. And they fight racism too. But good stuff. I enjoyed I came in the middle of a story arc. Like the middle of the second story arc. I may have missed the first issue of the second story arc, but I enjoyed it. I picked up on what was going on and enjoyed it. I think I even I downloaded the first trade from Hoopla and never read it. I'm going to have to re-download that. I'm going to have to borrow that one again. So there's Bitterroot. Let's see, what else do we have here? Was that everything? I think that was everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that was everything. 10 comics. All right, 10 comics. There you go. Now let me show you a little artwork. Actually, let me show you one other thing before I go. Just for the heck of it, this just popped into my head. I made a video over the weekend on my miscellaneous comics section, and I wanted to show this one just because it surprised me. It's like, I forgot what was in my miscellaneous comic magazine section, because I don't think I've looked at it in a decade at least. But this one, from 1986, is a George Perez comic. And it's a reprint from a 1978 black and white magazine drawn by George Perez, Topaz. And I think the name of the 1978 one was like Oracle Comics Presents or something. But it was weird to see some, and that makes this pretty early George Perez. And it's inked by Michael Higgins, who I knew from my days in Marvel in the 90s, but he was an assistant editor at Marvel in the 80s. And then I knew him as a freelance letterer in the 90s. He used to be up at Marvel all the time. And he also did, I think he wrote Power Pack, amongst other things. So Michael Higgins, who was an editor, a letterer, and a writer, also was an inker here over George Perez in 1978, in this 1986 reprint of that. So I found that really interesting. I forgot this even existed. I had to look up what it was. So I thought that was pretty cool. But go check out that video of all the miscellaneous comic book magazines I have from the 80s and 90s and into the 2000s. Okay, now let me show you a little artwork. Oh, there is Dreams of Things. I inked this one. It's all ready for marker coloring now. And I drew this one. Got another one ready to go behind it. At least I've got the book. This is, what's the name of this one? Harp Attack. It's sort of a portrait one. There's not all the little doodads all over it. Not little doodads all over her face, too, except for those eye. And some swirly boobs. And some general, patterns in the back. But this one came out more like a portrait one because it focuses mostly on her and not on the strange things around her. The next one I'm doing that this is ready by, it's got a lot of strange things. So, but yeah, I kind of liked the way that one came out. The peekaboo bang and all. All right, there's some comics, there's some artwork. You guys have a good week out there.